It does. So first of all, I want to thank the organizers, which are right there for the invite. This is my 4th year in a row of speaking at InfoBip Shift. What's insane is they only asked me for a talk title and an abstract. So I can get here on stage. Sarah and Anna have no idea what could I have in my slides. And I can just talk to you about anything that I want. So you can see them sweating a little bit, like talking like, Niklas, I'm this McDonald's. So I just want to lock eyes with you guys. And before I start my talk, you promised me that I'm invited next year? Yes? Okay. So my talk is, I'm kidding. We're not going to do this. I won't thank all of your sponsorships yet. So some of the talks here are going to be talking about very hyped, buzzwordy AI thingies. Like, these are probably AI generated, I would say, all of these titles, because they're like AI agents on AWS, model, context, product, agentic, blah, 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 all of these things you're going to hear about from smarter and more technical people. I realize that my role at a conference has become from technical talks into kind of like entertainment and hyping you up and pissing you off, and I'll try to do both at the same time. So what's going to happen is for 2 days, you're going to get super overwhelmed by all the information that other people are going to tell you, right? You're going to try to accumulate all of this AI mumbo jumbo, blah, blah, blah. Then you're going to go and drink tonight. You're going to fly on a plane tomorrow. Forget about most of it, right? This is going to become some AI buzzwords. But I hope that 3 years later, you're going to remember one of my slides and be like, that motherfucker was right about things. So, and all of this said, I hope I'll get invited next year because I enjoy the networking, I enjoy meeting people, and I enjoy teaching at conferences, right? But you're laughing, but why are you here? Let's just be honest, why are you here, right? You're here because of learning, you're here because of networking, and improving your skills, and definitely not taking 5 days off of work paid, right? So people do this, some conference speakers do this, so I felt pressure that I have to do it too. What to expect from this conference talk. So I made this with AI, it's 50% tweets, 40% pain, and 40% reason to remember the name. So of course my talk is going to be about AI, because why else would you talk about anything else in 2025? It's all about AI. AI is everywhere. Every conference, every tweet, thought, conversation, every bloody thing is AI nowadays, and I'm honestly afraid to look behind me because AI might be sitting right here, right? Companies that had no business, anything to do with AI, now they have it in their name, they have it in their tagline, in their description, and if they could, they're going to start shoving AI into their logos, and this is probably what the logo for this conference is going to be next year, probably. Because have you seen the landing page for InfoBip Shift? If you search for M-, which is like this telltale character that people are using ChatGPT, on the InfoBip Shift page, you can find more than 30 instances, meaning they wrote all the content using ChatGPT. We wrote our talks using ChatGPT. They asked for summaries. We wrote them using ChatGPT. You're going to listen to this and summarize it using ChatGPT. So we might as well skip all of this and just do brain communication at some point. So just to ease us into the state of the world right now and where things are going, this is a real slide, and I'm not kidding, and I will tell you how technical my grandpa is. When I opened him a chess.com account, 1 week later, I found him with 3 extra accounts. He found a way to cheat between the accounts just to rank up points and stuff. Next up, my grandma sits down next to me and she's like, look, we have serious problems in our marriage. There's all of these beautiful ladies who started messaging and they want to take your grandpa away from me. And I open his tablets and it's like Chrome web push notifications from like 40, like real women. And my grandma is like, you have to delete them, you have to. And I start doing that. And at the corner of my eye, I just see my grandpa disappointed, being like, I thought they were real. So he's very technical, and I taught him about ChatGPT and voice and deep research and everything, and I thought he's not going to use it. He FaceTimes me a month later, and he's like, hey, so you don't have any conference talks this summer, huh? And I'm like, what? How do you? And he's like, yeah, I did deep research, and React Academy, your website shows that you're not speaking anywhere. And I'm like, my website is not updated. So my own grandpa is roasting me using ChatGPT research, and that's the state of AI in the world in 2025. So I'm not going to bore you with my bio that I like dogs and I like ice cream. You can obviously see that, blah, blah, blah. But you need to know a few important facts before you watch the rest of this talk. I work alone. I don't work for clients. I made multiple diss tracks about web development. I have all the time in the world to experiment. And I'll make a Christmas tree out of these slides. So that's more or less what you can expect from this kind of talk, all right? Don't expect something super serious. I would never, ever shill my products. Let's be clear about this. I would never mention them. I would never take a long time on these slides. You have time to type in cz.co or benji.so or maybe take a picture. I would never, ever promote my things at a conference. Thank you for taking that picture. And I don't have anything AI related to sell you. I said this last year, I'm going to say it this year. I fumbled the AI bag, meaning I was one of the first ones to integrate like GPT before it had like JSON and Zod and all of these things. I found a way to integrate it into my app. And then what happened is what always happens in my life. I just decided to watch other people get rich from it. And I'm like, wait, but oh, come on, that's idiotic. That's dumb. Oh, that's my idea. But he's an idiot. And like watching, and probably that happened to you too, just watching all of your friends get rich from AI rappers and stuff. And the solution we have for this is when someone gets rich from this stuff, we just slap a label on them. We're like, grifter, right? Because we cannot do it. Like, fucking grifter. And then your wife asks you, have you paid the mortgage this month? And you're like, what am I, some sort of grifter? No. So I don't know why these two terms pair so well. This is a beautiful combination. I'm not sure if this one is more beautiful or this one, but they pair perfectly. So if you take like AI, grifter, crypto, and scam, and you combine the four of them, you get to this tweet from the CEO of Coinbase, who said that most of their code base now is written by AI. Like when I saw this tweet, my brain just went like, oh my God, I can do 40 slides about this, but I'm not gonna. People are broadening the definition of a grifter just to feel more comfortable. So they're like a person having a bit more bravery and a little bit less dignity. And we're just like, no, I wouldn't do that, right? In 2017, I gave a talk with the longest title ever, which I'm not going to read out loud. They tried to cancel me because I used the word insane, and it was 2017. Now it's 2025. We unblocked all the words so we can just say stuff. It's totally fine. So I discussed overhyped things in the world of front-end development, and we're going to compare to the stuff today. Of course, I used the same talk title, and I just shoved AI into it. Get it? I did the same thing that all the companies are doing, so hopefully it's going to be a good talk. Let's deconstruct the title first. Like, what's hype in the world of AI and development and stuff? First of all, the people on the top constantly hype it up like it's the AGI, it's the most biggest revolutionary thing that happened, blah, blah, blah. YouTubers with their clickbaity thumbnails, they're like, I just made $1 million while sitting on my toilet in 4 seconds using vibe coding, blah, blah. It's like super GPT operators are doing all of my work. I don't even work anymore, blah, blah, blah. So when you see all of this, you get a bit saturated from it. And when you go, this is the peak. This is the burst of the bubble, all right? If Jake Paul is one of the main investors in Devin, like it's over. We can just say it's a bubble and just move on from AI. So let's see what changed since 2017, first in my life and then in front-end development. So I have a 2-year-old daughter. Please clap for that. I gained 25 extra kilos. Stop the clapping. My doctor is asking me, why are you stressed? And I'm like, have you ever worked with Electron? Of course you're going to gain weight. Still similar amount of people are using my apps. Who's using Sizzy here? Exactly, always fun to try that. And I still have spicy takes that piss people off. I stopped coding manually. I can say that I'm 1+ year code sober. And everything is more or less the same. Let's see what's happening in other industries first. This is the Vision Pro doing cloth collision with real-life objects. This is a simulated cloth falling perfectly on a real-life monitor. What other industries are doing? They're slicing this cloth mesh thingy onto a sphere, and actually it falls perfectly into things. Whatever this river simulation is, we can take rocks and shove them in the ground and put other things, and they just beautifully, like, I don't know how this works, but it somehow works, and it's impressive. We can take buildings, use our mouse, and just zoom them out, and they just exponentially generate in all directions, generating roads, streets, traffic, and all sorts of things. And we have this honey goo-like thing just perfectly simulating onto the thing, blah, blah, blah. And this is happening in other industries. Now, you know where this is going. You're going to try to have the dignity, right, because this is our profession and we're proud to not laugh. But you know you're going to laugh at the next slide because this has been the reality in 2017 and it is now. We still cannot style a fucking select. It's 2025, and when you go how you can want to style a select, there's a warning, it doesn't work in all browsers, blah, blah, blah. Everything is the same. Redux, 15 million downloads per week. You would think we left this thing in the past. It's still here. I still have the calendar event every August 1st. I'm checking if this thing is dead. It's never dead. CLIs, you would be thinking we left in the past. Not that they're not dead. They're actually well and thriving. They're doing all of this ASCII art. My friend is like, you're using CLIs for coding? How do you drop images and stuff? And I'm like, dude, you wouldn't believe it. The first time I dropped an image into Cloud Code, I'm like, they have a better framework for doing things in the terminal than we actually have on the web. Popovers and everything, it's insane. I also had a calendar event every August 15th. At this point, I have more calendar events about this than anniversaries, birthdays and stuff, but yeah. We're an insane industry. This was the top post on Hacker News yesterday. Someone hosted their website on a vape. And it's a real thing, it's not a troll, it's the top thing. And we still struggle with the same old pains. People are like, now, maybe, in the future, on some browsers, you can open a dialog without using JavaScript, and everyone's like, yay, that's amazing. And meanwhile, they're planting like implants into people's heads and making them talk and walk and whatever the hell. If you think we got rid of it, we haven't gotten rid of Internet Explorer. It just has a new, beautiful, shiny logo, and we're dealing with the same issues day by day, right? The number one library hasn't changed. Can you give me a little drum roll on the things? And I know you're getting sweaty, and you hope that I'm going to mention your library. I'm just going to show you the trends. So don't shoot the messenger. This is the amount of downloads. It's been like that. It is like that. Can someone please get rid of React? I love it. I use it, but we need something new, right? LLMs are actually amazing at writing React. Sometimes the generated code looks like this. But it's fine. You laugh because we're humans and we have this need of like, oh, you wanna stop this talk and refactor that code so bad right now, right? Because it's like, oh. But LLMs don't care about this. So this is our brain on cocaine, scientific scan, right? This is our brain on sugar. And this is our brain when it sees an opportunity to abstract something into something. And LLMs don't care about this. So coding with LLMs or vibe coding makes abstractions better and worse at the same time because you can get to the right abstraction quicker, but you can also get to the right abstraction quicker, which is not the best idea. And the better thing is LLMs don't care about repetitive code, and the better thing is they don't care about repetitive code, and the better thing is they don't care about repetitive code. My point is you shouldn't care about repetitive code too. I've said this across all of my talks that copy-pasting is fine and more fine than the wrong abstractions. All right, so why else are LLMs good at writing React? Because no one knows how to write React correctly. The reason that React conferences exist is because we can see what other lunatics, which way have they found of abusing React. And we're like, fuck, how come I never thought of this? No one knows how to write it correctly. Every conference, there's like new unhinged ways to use React. It's amazing. So when we're like, yeah, but can the LLM write React correctly? Oh, what did I do there? I pressed the play button. No, there you go. But can you use a use effect? No, you can't. So it's fine. Next.js, super popular then, super popular now. Can someone dethrone it? All of my apps are using it. My freaking boilerplate is using it. Please buy it. My family needs to survive. It should be criminal for dev pages to take like 3 seconds to load. People say it's a skill issue. It's not. Next.js is just slow. I tweeted this recently. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a feeling that I have that it's a form of gaslighting. So have you met anyone that loves Next.js? All right? Aside from these triangle mustache people from Vercel, who is using Next.js here? Raise of hands. All right, and who loves Next.js? Exactly, that's my point. So, 2025, we're still inventing new ways to increase a counter. This is a recent tweet by Ryan Florence, who's the inventor of Remix